In the sprawling capital city of Abuja, Nigeria, where grand government buildings stood as symbols of power and authority, Commissioner of Police Daniel Okoro was a figure of significant influence. To the public, he was a dedicated officer, a guardian of the law in a city rife with political intrigue and corruption. However, behind his carefully crafted image lay a complex web of deceit, betrayal, and crime. Daniel Okoro had always been ambitious. Born into a middle-class family in Enugu, he was driven by a desire to rise above his circumstances. His dedication and intelligence propelled him through the ranks of the Nigerian police force. By the time he reached the position of Commissioner of Police in Abuja, he was celebrated as a model officer, known for his strategic mind and unwavering commitment to maintaining order. Yet, the pressures and temptations of his position were immense. The criminal underworld in Abuja was sophisticated and well-connected, and it didn't take long for some of the city's most notorious figures to recognize the potential in aligning with Commissioner Okoro. One such figure was Chief Oladipo, a powerful businessman with deep ties to various illicit activities, including drug trafficking, human smuggling, and political corruption. Oladipo saw in Okoro a man who could be both an asset and a shield. He began by offering small bribes, disguised as gifts and favors. Okoro, initially hesitant, soon found the allure of wealth too tempting to resist. What began as minor compromises escalated into full-blown collusion. Okoro provided Oladipo with critical intelligence on police operations, ensured that investigations into the chief's activities were stymied, and used his authority to eliminate rival gangs that threatened Oladipo's empire. As Okoro's wealth grew, so did his influence. He purchased a lavish mansion in Maitama, drove luxury cars, and enjoyed a lifestyle far beyond what his official salary could afford. To his colleagues and the public, he remained a picture of integrity, a respected leader in the fight against crime. But those who dared to look too closely or ask too many questions found themselves facing dire consequences. One such individual was Detective Amina Musa, a young and determined officer in the Abuja police force. Amina had long admired Okoro, seeing him as a mentor. However, her investigations into a series of high-profile criminal activities began to reveal troubling patterns. Evidence disappeared, key witnesses recanted their statements, and suspects were inexplicably released. Amina's suspicions grew, and she began to quietly gather evidence, knowing that if Okoro was indeed corrupt, exposing him would be incredibly dangerous. Amina's breakthrough came when she intercepted a communication between Okoro and one of Oladipo's lieutenants, detailing a planned drug shipment through Abuja's international airport. She knew she had to act quickly but carefully. Trusting only a few close colleagues, she set a trap. The plan was to intercept the shipment and capture those involved, obtaining irrefutable evidence of Okoro's complicity. The night of the operation was tense. Amina and her team, alongside a select group of trusted federal agents, moved swiftly. As they apprehended Oladipo's men at the airport, they found detailed instructions linking the operation directly to Okoro. The evidence was damning, but Amina knew they needed to catch Okoro himself to ensure justice. Amina orchestrated a sting operation, arranging a meeting with Okoro under the pretense of discussing the intercepted shipment. With hidden cameras and recording devices in place, Amina confronted Okoro, presenting him with the evidence and giving him one last chance to come clean. Okoro, realizing he was cornered, tried to bribe Amina, offering her a share of his wealth in exchange for her silence. Amina refused, and the sting operation culminated in Okoro's arrest. News of his capture spread quickly, sending shockwaves through Abuja and beyond. The public was stunned to learn that the man they had trusted to uphold the law was himself a criminal. Okoro was tried and convicted on charges of corruption, conspiracy, and aiding and abetting criminal activities. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison, his fall from grace serving as a stark reminder of the pervasive nature of corruption. In the wake of Okoro's arrest, the Abuja police force underwent a rigorous internal review to root out any remaining corruption. Detective Amina Musa, hailed as a hero, continued her work with renewed determination, committed to restoring integrity to the force. As for Daniel Okoro, he spent his days in a prison cell, reflecting on how his insatiable greed had led to his downfall. He had risen to one of the highest positions of power in Abuja, only to become a cautionary tale, a symbol of how even the most respected figures can be corrupted by the lure of easy money.